Choctaw saying, hey, if we can't have the casino license, then we don't want Cherokee Nation, the other casino, the person who, the entity that has the license, to have it either. You know, if I can't be happy, then no one's happy, I guess, is sort of what it boils down to. But I'll say this, right now the status quo is the Cherokee Nation have that license. They are on track to build a casino in Polk County. If you vote against issue 2, I think you're okay with the status quo. I mean, to me, that's what it means. Or you want a casino, one of the two. Voting for issue 2, I think, is probably the only chance that I know of. It's the only potential remedy to stop casino gambling in Polk County. Long story short, we as an organization were asked to stay out of it by the folks that were, not by the gambling folks that funded issue 2, but by the local folks there who were behind issue 2. And so we honored their wishes. There's more to that, either here or there, but nonetheless, Polk County's Russellville. Yeah, Russellville. Russellville, Dardanelles and Yell County, but Russellville, yes sir.
Well, I was just wondering, how did BIA give Cherokees and not the Choctaw?
I'm sorry, the who?
How did the Bureau of Indian Affairs give this one to the Cherokee? Are they more powerful?
It wasn't the Bureau of Indian Affairs. It was, so what issue 2 would do, it would change the authority for the Arkansas Racing Commission to issue casino licenses. It would then give that to the people of Polk County, and they could revoke, they could sit on the license that Cherokee Nation has currently, or they could dish it up to someone else via a special election. It does a little bit more, but I think that's the majority of issue 2 is it just changes the authority of who issues the license. And again, if you look in the voter's guide too, there's descriptions of issues 1, 2, and 3 in case you need to refer back to that.
I would with that. It goes
would it require citizens of Good County then vote for it, or just vote county?
From what I understand, yes. So the other part that I said that it does is it basically says, hey, if the legislature or the people try to amend the Constitution, or if any casino license is issued in the future, they have to get the vote of that county to authorize it. So right now, the Arkansas Racing Commission is an appointed board of bureaucrats, and I don't use that term negatively. They're people that represent an industry that were appointed by, like, the governor, and the Senate Pro Tem, the House Speaker, and maybe others. They're the ones who hold the decision right now to give casinos a license out, and they have one sitting on their desk that they've already given to Cherokee Nation in Polk County. They've already exercised their authority. If issue 2 passes, the people of Polk County could then, if they wanted, hold a special election, revoke that license from Cherokee Nation, and I think they could hang on to it. Now, in the future, they could be convinced, manipulated, whatever you want to say, to give it to another gambling interest. So this is not going to stop This is not going to stop casino in Polk County forever. But like I said, I think a vote for issue 2 is probably the only way to slow it down and maybe stop it.
So to clarify, that will allow the county, it transfers it from the state gaming to the counties, and the county can decide, no, we don't want that.
Correct.
They've been traditionally opposed to it. So it would bring the authority back to the locality.
Correct. It brings the authority of the casino license. They would be the only governing authority over that casino license. Now, if issue 2 passes and they don't do anything, then the license license stays with Cherokee Nation. But I think Cherokee Nation would be hesitant to go out and build a $100 million casino facility, knowing that the voters of Polk County are just about ready to take it away. So,
Okay, say if Polk gets the authority and they allow, say they give it to someone else, can they ever revoke a license? They give it to an Indian tribe, can the license ever be revoked for any reason? Can the county seat say, it's been more problem than good, we want to cut off? I don't know if they can do that or not.
so I had one of the gentlemen that's with Local Voters in Charge, the group behind issue 2. in our office back on July the 3rd when they turned in the petitions. And from what he told me, it's a gentleman by the name of Mr. Fryer. I've known him for several years now, and he follows our work. He's a supporter of our work. From what he told me is they could revoke the license. So it's almost as if a casino could build it. If a casino were granted the license, they could build a casino, and then the license could be taken away, just like at a restaurant. A restaurant has a license from the health department to operate. Other businesses have a license to operate. The state can take that away. Like Randy, you had a question?
Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm understanding it. It sounds like passing issue 2 gives more power to the people that live in the county.
I believe so,
In the
definitely.
process. And then my
believe so.
second part of that was basically what he was getting at. I know Garland County, I think, has a license too, where you've got the horse racing and all that. What if the citizens of Garland County decided in the future, the casinos went a lot of times, we were going to revoke the license, you're saying potentially they could do that?
I think it's just in Polk County.
Okay.
I think it's just in Polk County that they get authorized. Now, if a future license were to be granted, that's the key probably I should have said. If a future license is granted in another county to another constitutional amendment to expand the licenses. Right now there's 4 allowed under the last casino amendment that passed 2018, I believe it was. 4 casino licenses issued. Garland, which is Oklahoma, Crittenden, which is Southland, Saracen Casino, which is Jefferson County. The 4th is in Polk County right now. So if issue 2 passes, I believe, they would have the authority over that casino license. They could revoke it. They have to have a special election to do so. But unless another amendment passes and issues more licenses in other counties, then and only then would the people of that county have to vote to approve it, not the Arkansas Racing Commission.
Well, I think given our population growth in Northwest Arkansas, it's just a matter of time until it's up to 1 year.
Well, I think geographically, you have casinos right over the state. So the reason why they chose Jefferson and Polk, we think, I mean, we haven't spoken to these people, but we think it was geographic. It was like, hey, we don't want to build a casino right over the state line from Oklahoma into Arkansas and have another casino right there that they'll what's the term?
Competition.
Cannibalize themselves. So Polk County keeps Arkansas casino dollars basically here. Jefferson County was probably chosen, I think, also because it's a socially economic depressed area. And it's kind of you wouldn't put a casino in Marmaduke or somewhere else in a small town. You need at least a decent sized city to put a casino. So I think Jefferson County and Polk County were chosen geographically, especially Polk being along I-40. So that's what we suspect.
If this passes, it would empower other counties to prevent that from happening in their county.
Yeah, if additional casino licenses are granted via constitutional amendment, yes. So again, I personally plan to support issue 2. That's not the Family Council Action Committee have no official position on issue 2.
Gotcha.
Let me talk a little bit about issue 1. Issue 1 is much more simpler. Amen. Thank goodness. Issue 1 basically says, as the description in the voter's guide reads as well, it basically expands, it has to do with casino or gambling as well, unfortunately, but we have the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. Okay, I can tell you stories about why we have the worst scholarship lottery in the state, or in the nation, excuse me, but we'll stick to issue 1 here. Issue 1 basically, if it were to pass, allows Arkansas Scholarship Lottery dollars to go to students who go to vocational and technical schools. Right now, you can only use scholarship lottery dollars if you qualify to 2-year and 4-year institutions. And so this measure was actually sponsored in the legislature by Representative Robin Lundstrom, who's from around here, Elm Springs area. Also, a little bit about Robin, she's on our board. She's been on the Family Council board for a long time. So we love Robin Lundstrom. So, but I plan to vote for issue 1. I think it polls very well. Republican, Democrat, both. I think a lot of people these days especially think, man, I'd rather send a kid to a vocational or technical school than I would a 2- or 4-year institution.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's let them learn to trade, less student debt and so on. Yes, sir.
So as I read it in the guide, it's very simple, issue 1. So there's no like hidden little edges in there that says, vote for issue 1, here's what's happening, oh, by the way, we're gonna give $100 million to, horse business.
No, correct. I think issue one, again, this is my personal opinion, I think issue one is as pure as the wind-driven snow. Issue two, I plan to support it, but I can't tell you if there's something nefarious in there. I know people in Polk County and Russellville that are helping to support issue two. They're part of local voters in charge. I plan personally to vote for issue two.